Tap, tap, tap in.
Mm-mm.
Tap, tap, tap in. All right, let me fix this chair.
Self-care Sunday, better tap in.
Tap, tap, tap in.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was a one off too, and I was like, oh shit, let me hit my button.
That's it too. Watch when the video go, I'm gonna do that too. Watch. Hey, self-care Sunday, better tap in.
Tap, tap, tap in. Let me see how close it is. Tap, tap, tap in. Do it one more time.
All right. Self-care Sunday, better tap in.
Tap, tap, tap in.
That's it. That sounds like somebody granddaddy on what? That walked in the holiday gathering and
Right.
everybody all depressed and mad. He came in like, where's the smiles at? Where is the smiles? No, man, I learned that you gotta capture them little moments and stuff like that. So you can
play with shit, see what comes. Something you did on, I find something I'm like, this shit's stupid. Let me put we was just talking about, that's why I record this part so I can get, because something stupid gonna be said. Like,
yeah, I got something for you. You had to give me the permissions to get the permissions just so I can record. So thank you for giving me the permission to record. Because they wouldn't let me record without your permissions.
I was gonna
I ain't gonna draw you into it.
No, after we just, I'm not.
This dope shirt. True to You shirt I'm gonna come out with.
Facts. Hey, wait till my merch drop. You gonna be like, oh what, Joe? I'm working on something smooth. You gonna love it.
I sent you a goal. I sent you a goal.
Okay. Them little nice hoodies that already got the wear and tear in them, like those real thick, nice hoodies that kind of got the holes on the edge, like that real good one.
You got one?
I'll be like, my merch about to be so hot. True to You can go on. Right. On stage and accept an award with a True to You with a blazer or a vest on. Like, listen, bro.
Ooh, yeah. I said, ooh, yeah. That's what happened when you put me in front of a microphone.
That part. Oh,
it'd be like, oh, shut up, dude. Ooh, yeah.
You know what? I noticed how much you played when we was doing our work session and you was messing with tune. I'm like, what?
Play too much or what?
Play too much. I'm like, TJ. But he'd be so irritated with TJ. Y'all twins.
Yeah.
He'd be the first to say.
Yeah.
I'm like, TJ, that's what it is. I didn't notice how much you play until I watched you interact for a whole work session. I'm like,
that's what keep me going.
Funny dude.
Messing with people keep me going. Because after a while, people get the smile and stuff. Like, right, that's all it is, bro. Bring the vibe. Where's the smile? That sounds like somebody granddaddy on what? That walked in the holiday gathering and everybody all depressed and mad. He came in like, where's the smiles at? Where is the smiles? No, man, I'm like T-Time host gets put out of Walmart for not wearing a mask because he was trying to show his smile. Then the video gonna pan in. Where's the smiles? I just pulled up because then
it's time for tea time.
You know, that's it.
I crack.
That's the winner. Chicken dinner. My bad.
It's time for tea time.
It's all about my peso, rapping MC. My lane, I play like a jet. Apple Watch on me, I rock it like it's a protect. What you expect? I'm the elect. It come with respect. Yo, so fresh.
What it do? They come with correct. You are rocking with the T-Time podcast where you talk topics with T. I am your host, Royalty, in the place to be on Sundays with Key. You already know what time it is. It is Self-Care Sunday.
One day I'll be on top of the world. Yeah. That's just how I feel right now.
It feels good. Yeah. It feels good. Yeah. It feels good.
That's what making plays feels like. It feels good. It feels like winning. This is Classic Talks Podcast, where we subscribe to a next play mentality, one conversation at a time. I am Dr. Classic. Let's talk about it. Yo. I am
having fun with it. You say
Dr. Classic, and we gotta talk about it. Yes.
you know
bring it through.
You know,
Man, it's Sunday.
Look, you know I listen to and watch your podcast too. I just did the whole. Wait till you run this back and you see it. I was all in the camera like I was you and stuff. That's what making plays feels like. It feels good. It feels like winning.
Like winning. Like winning, man. I'm on it.
Yeah,
and
what's happening?
Like winning on Sunday.
Man, look.
Self-care Sunday.
And it's that first
Self-care Sunday.
Behind the new year. You know what I'm saying? So it feels
Sure, man.
Right. Happy New Year. Right. Look, it's funny how we start saying and my lights get the flick. Happy New Year. Flick, flicking up over here. Right.
Flicking up. Woo. I'm already knowing.
To all of our audience listeners and our new listeners and everything, Happy New Year to everybody. And we got a conversation today that's going to be perfect for you. We're starting your new year off the right way. As always, it's a pleasure to be sitting in with you, Dr. Classic from Classic Talks Podcast, everybody. How you doing? How you feeling? I feel real restored in this new year. I ain't gonna lie.
Not only is this the best day, but man, I had a really good holiday season. It couldn't have really went no better. I had a great New Year's and it was super simple. I thank God for being shut in.
Right.
Yeah, man, it was all a good time. I was seeing those memes go across all New Year's Eve. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna go to the party in my living room. I don't know what I'm gonna wear. I might just not show up.
Hey, and that's what I said. And here, like, man, the vibe that we actually had here in the studio. Oh man, you would have swore we went to like T-Time on the corner over there on Lisbon. Like it was, man, the LEDs was going, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just and then it was to be around the right people. You know what I mean? Like not being around and not feeling, you know, unsafe, unsecure, unsure of who's around. And you know what I mean? Just being around the right people like that, that was another thing that kept the vibe like right. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was great. It was great.
It is good. It's good to even just when you think about New Year's and just what it meaning like moving to just a fresh season, like you gotta have the right energy around you, the right people. I tell people that often, like, don't get too comfortable with your circle that you forget, you don't feel around it. Like, make sure it's all smooth. My circle's so good. The people in my life just breathe life, speak life, life. So I'm with it, man.
Come on now, yabo, tabo. Hey, I heard that. I'm with
that Sunday. It is Sunday.
It is Sunday. Yeah. One of the main things I want to talk about, I know that last conversation we talked about, we really spoke on like resolution. You know what I'm saying, and the solution to what it really is. You know what I mean, to having that resolution. So bringing this conversation forth, it should be a real good one where we want to speak on time management. Time management being the ability to plan and control how someone spends the hours in a day to effectively accomplish their goals. And one thing that I really want to pay attention to also when you speak about time management is being present in the moment. You know what I mean? A lot of the times people are in the moment, but they're not present in the moment. You know what I'm saying? They're here, but they're thinking about tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But like it's Tuesday, but they're thinking about Friday. Like, no, you need to worry about Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? How can you even prepare for Friday if you don't do what you need to do on Tuesday? And this is one of those things that becomes important with time management, is being present in the moment.
You ain't wrong. 2 days that we can do nothing about is yesterday and tomorrow. So we got to take care of today. And it's something different to be present when you can really get your mind focused in on just what's happening right in front of you. You start to enjoy it, you know, and you enjoy that space. I'm one who just having so much anxiety and anxiousness growing up and just thinking about like how things are going to go for me, and just even my early adulthood, every time I was in a should be feel good moment, I'm thinking about what if and what changes and how I'm gonna do and who's gonna come through. And man, that kind of drags you, and you really do miss your blessing in the space you're in.
Most definitely. And that's where you that's where you focus in on your time management, because when you pay attention to your time management, then there is no room for anybody else's issues or anybody else's problems or the concern of what's going on in somebody else's business that has nothing to do with you. And this is where you need to put this into perspective with your resolution, because your resolution becomes your yearly goal that you want to tackle. But if
Yeah.
you're not being present in every little moment, you
Okay.
could throw your goal off track. And everybody knows how hard it is for some people to get off track to get back on track. You know what I mean? This is another thing that's important in time management. We'll touch base on
I
that.
know.
But this
Right through it. I already know.
yeah,
I,
but this is what people have to understand. You know what I mean? With your resolution, your time management becomes important. From what am I going to do today to what am I going to do this week to what am I going to do this month? You know what I mean? Like, you have to start now. You know what I mean? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. You have to start now. Start jotting these things down. Start writing down what it is that you want to go through for the day. That's one thing that helps me out. You know what I mean? And I preach this to people a lot that's around me. I have a dry erase board in my room that I have to see. You know what I mean? Who doesn't go in their room over 5 times a day? You know what I mean?
right.
So there's a dry erase board in my room that I have to see. And on my dry erase board, I use a color coding, you know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean, sensory things, you know what I mean? Some things stand out based off color. So I have things in red that I want to make sure I do daily, you know what I'm saying? That don't change. Read, journal, workout, log.
Okay.
These are 4 things I want to do daily. I mean, that I do daily. You know what I'm saying? Because that's for my own personal growth. Sometimes you have no one around to express to. You know what I mean? So this is how I manage my time. You know what I'm saying? Before bed, when you're restoring yourself and you're getting yourself together, you want to find things to do that are going to personally help you get to the goals that you want to get to. You know what I mean? And sometimes you might need to, journal or something to have that conversation with yourself to say, yeah, I got off track today because blah 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 blah, and I ate some German chocolate cake, and I should have never ate that German chocolate cake. When you're putting this stuff down and you're reading it, you're having that conversation with yourself to where you're holding yourself accountable now for those actions, because you're able to speak it out loud that you're messing up. This is how you get back on track. But when you keep this stuff within, that's a form of hiding. You know what I mean? Now you're covering it up and you're hiding your mistakes that you're making instead of expressing them out loud so that you can correct them. Do you know what I mean? This is how you properly can use your time management to help you get to the resolutions that you're setting for yourself for the year.
Yeah, and you speak good on really people understanding what strategies and tactics work for you to understand how your time is being used. Like somebody like me, I have to use a schedule. You know what I mean? Like I have a schedule, and if I follow that schedule, I really am. I have put time
Time.
into the schedule so that I can make sure that I get accomplished what needs to be done. Like I even schedule in admin time, like time where I'm just making sure I'm responding to emails, just making sure, some people are like, oh, I can do emails in between the throw. That'll send you down this rabbit hole. And I know and I kind of got that from basketball. You like, even just being a coach, you can't put kids through a drill, especially when they're not getting it, for a long cycle of time. Like put some time on the clock. Once that time runs out, whether they got the skill or not, sometimes it's time to move on and come back to it with some fresh legs, fresh eyes, whatever it's going to be. Same thing for your lifestyle. Like you can't just think, oh, I can push that in, or I can just drown this into the ground. And don't get me wrong, I burn the candle on both ends a lot of times, but I know if my schedule is rocking, I'm more productive than just busy. Because a lot of time we live in that real busy world where people moving and grooving, and are you being productive or are you being busy? So that's real, to make sure people have those good strategies, tactics kind of lined up, ready to go.
And
What's
and
gonna
and,
make you
and
good on time?
we actually gonna bring echo in on that one because that's important.
Ooh,
You know what I mean? Are you being productive?
right,
You know what
right,
I'm saying? Or are you just overworking yourself? You know what I mean? Is the things that you're doing, are they actually being effective? You know what I'm saying? And that's where the reflection comes in. We're going to make sure we stay on that note when we speak on time management as well, because all of this stuff becomes important, especially when you're looking to increase your personal growth, you know what I mean? Or you're working on your self-character or your self-worth or whatever it is about yourself. You know what I mean? It's all about how you spend your time. A lot of time gets wasted. And I speak a lot about how people should treat time like they treat their money. You know what I mean? You tight with your money, you'll go to the store and you won't even buy a shirt that you know you need because it costs too much. But you won't look at 4 hours in your life and how you spent those 4 hours as much as that costs, as if you can get that back. You can get that $40 back that you didn't want to spend. You can't get this 4 hours back that you choose to waste doing nothing.
Yeah, we you know what? Something that really rings to me when people give me scenarios in their life that they want, like, how can I really maximize the time and use it for, to benefit me? I think that it comes to you really harnessing and focusing your time. When are you mentally strongest? You and I talked a lot about how we, start our day off, what our routine is. I know I'm physically fit, mentally fit in the morning. So in the morning, I'm gonna get up, do my workout. And when I hit my desk, boom, I'm off to the races. So anything that's important, you got to put in that time that you are mentally strong, that you really perk through your day. Like, it really do help when you harness and focus your time appropriately. Like, you don't want to put something important at 5 o'clock, or if your downtime is at 2, you need to get up and walk away because you about tired. Like, don't put nothing important at that time, because you're going to give the energy that you got. And if it's your low period, it's going to be low productivity all the way around. You're going to find yourself scrolling. You're going to be like, oh man, I didn't even, or I'm going to do this later. And then eventually your day is thrown off and your time is being wasted. And you take, Rob and Peter to pay Paul. And eventually it's time to go to sleep. And you really do lay down and go to sleep instead of, burning the candle because you're tired now. Now it's over for you. So just really understanding how your day is outlined is important for sure.
And that's how my board helps me out. Because we'll get lost. You know what I mean? Sometimes we think we can hold everything mentally in our mind.
For sure.
And think we got it all figured out. But I've grown to learn, as an individual myself, that it's important to kind of plan it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to be so against planning, like to the core. Like, let's do it Friday at 7 o'clock. Just call me Friday and let's see if we can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when
you was like, I'm gonna come through. Yeah, like you don't like that little time, huh?
I used to hate
around the collar.
Yeah, right. But now it's like I understand because I become more organized. You know what I'm saying? I understand how important it is to plan. You know what I mean? And
you know what the switch was? And don't pass this message because people gotta hear it. You start to value you understood time and you start to value your time. When you value your time, now you want people to treat your time good. So you turn around and you treat time good on that end. Like, when I started to understand how much time was valuable, listen, I email, text, hey, let me know what you thinking. Don't just leave me hanging because I can put something else in this time. Don't waste my time, man.
Right.
Like, just let me know what you're gonna do. Even if it's a hard no, we grown, it's a no.
Right.
But let me know what's gonna happen with your time. Once you valued it 7 o'clock on Friday, and you put it in your phone, and you made sure you put a little link on your computer, like, yeah, because that's what that you value your time.
Yep. And that's where my like all this stuff is on. It's a little dry erase board, you know what I mean, that you can erase and change stuff on, but like I color code like simple stuff in black, like for the day. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so what are 4 things that I know I have to get done tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? I always plan the day the night before. You know what I mean? What are 4 things that I know I have to get done tomorrow? You know how good it feels to erase those 4 things off the board.
That part.
You know what I mean? And them 4 things, you know what I mean, they lead you into other things that you need to get done. But these are the importance and the nano goals that I tell people to set. You know what I mean? This is another way for you to manage your time. Set nano goals, set little things. Okay, what is something I want to get done within this next hour? You know what I mean? That's a nice time frame for yourself. What do I want to get done in this next hour? That's how we're able to do, you know what I mean, how we handle things when we get off of these videos and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to dedicate this much time to doing this, and then I can move on to doing this. Matter of fact, I can do this while I'm doing that. It cuts this short. You know what I mean? Like, it's time.
How are we thinking about it? Go for it. Time is what?
I was going to say, look, here we go.
Lord. Here we go. Hallelujah.
Go ahead, you got it. You got the flow.
Hey, that's how the little awkward meetings be when it's a lot of people on Zoom and you're trying to go ahead, Bob. I wait. It's on you.
Look, then everybody stop.
Pause. I'm gonna tell you, everybody gets.
Go ahead. My thought wasn't even important no more. Go ahead. Where the smiles at? Where's the smiles at?
Oh my God, man.
All right, get it back.
I done lost what I wanted to say. Oh, I was gonna tell you I want tomorrow, because since we just talking about time, and I always like to kind of recalibrate my time, see where I can kind of itch out another couple minutes to do this or another couple minutes to do that. I want you to take a look at how many times you're distracted. So whatever time frame you have around the project, say you're like, tomorrow I'm gonna write a paper and I'm gonna write for an hour. Say that's what the project is. That's how much time you give yourself. Really truly look at your start time. So if you start at 2:30, from your start time to your end time, keep a track of how many times you get distracted. If you and honestly, I was shocked to see how many times I really was distracted. And distracted is anything outside of what you had in that time frame that wasn't a sense of emergency. Like if something happened with your kid, nothing like that, you're not distracted.
Right.
But if you just sit at your desk, once you grab your phone or you click off the screen from typing and you checking an email, and I mean, like, true distractions, they ain't got to be bad, just they off of the mission. And I want you to keep a track of that tomorrow. See how many times you can keep a track of the 3-year projects. You're gonna be like, gee, I got like 30 hours in my day. Not 24, but like I really got some little pockets of space, man. When you're thinking about time, a lot of people say, I don't got enough time. Honestly, you got just as much time as you want and need, depending on what you gonna put aside. Don't get me wrong, the day get long, you get tired, you got to switch it up, but there is time there. People be on Facebook telling me they ain't got time.
And you know what?
Why you DM me that?
Funny that you said that. I forgot what I was watching. I was watching something, and this guy had pinpointed it out that same way, where he was like, we'll have things planned to do, and we'll feel like we running, behind, and we tell people, I don't got time, I ain't got time, I ain't got time. Hey, bro, can you stop by my house and drop that? Bro, I ain't got no time. I got to get here. But just think about, in the midst of going there, then you don't unexpected stuff happen. Oh, I got to get some gas. You stop and get some gas. Then you might grab you a quick bite to eat before you go. And then on the way, a couple red lights done cut, but you still make it on time.
Right. You do.
Like it's kind of mental too, in the same breath, like how you
condition yourself.
Yeah.
And then look at it at a level deeper. Then your behaviors get to acting like that. Now you driving fast. Now you trying to, let me text real quick and get this. Now your behaviors change too, because you're putting yourself in this. It's almost like a little pre-panic mode, because I'm moving, I gotta go. And it really just be like, readjust yourself so that you can pause. I had to stop doing that. I had when I have really big presentations, just your regular nerves are there, and you making sure, you going over your talking points and you think about it. And I would try and keep busy until it was time for me to get in and just, get it off. Man, I used to run in kind of like, and I really didn't just move into it. Now, man, I take a little moment. I sit back, I'm chilling. I'm working on something different, because my preparation is confidence. I'm preparing. I spent my hours. I spent my time. I'm good. And I walk in the energy that I want the room to be in. I walk in energy that I want to perform or present in, speak in. And it really just changes your mind frame. You kind of train yourself and let yourself know, like, this is, you in control. People only seeing what you give off. You be thinking, they think I'm pressed. No, you pressed. And you act impressed, so you gave the energy off. They just sit in the room waiting for you to talk.
I learned that towards the ending of 2020, that was my focus through the holiday season, was focus and discipline. I wanted to build on focus and discipline, and I really aimed towards that because I was chasing weight goals, and the holidays coming up, and holidays come up, we get to doing bad. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm going for mine. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I really want to focus. I really want to build on focus and discipline. These are my character traits that I wanted to build on, in that fourth quarter of 2020. And I learned that focus and discipline actually rely on preparation. You got to prepare everything. Everything starts with preparation. You know what I mean? And you got to think about that with time management. Your time management is how you're preparing it. Prepare your time. You know what I mean? Analyze what tomorrow is, the things you got to do. Boom. This is gonna take this much time, boom, 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 boom. But in between this time, I can handle this, I can do that. Okay, but and you watch how much smoother your day goes when you actually have a plan to how you're gonna attack it.
Yeah. And when you have a plan and you start to think of like different ways it can go, understand the flexibilities in that, because a lot of times we start the structure and we think we fail when something goes off course. Everything goes off course. It's almost just like respawning, like what can I do next? That's next play mentality. When you hear no, think next. When you there's a door closed, find another one to open. What's your next turn? Like have some flexibility into what you're thinking. Like the productivity and the focus and the preparation, like all of preparation is really like the foundation of it. That's where you give yourself exposure to it. So when you see it again, that muscle memory should kick in, depending on how you prepared, of course. But that's where that muscle memory kick in. That's where your confidence is. People get in conversations and they jacking it down. Like I'm back and forth because they know what they talking about. They prepare, so they ready, they confident, they ready to talk about what you got to talk about. Still have some listening there, still hear what's going on, but man, get yourself into a place where your preparation beats you to the door. So it meets you there. And when you walk in, that align, all of that align. Oh yeah, you sitting, you in your zone, man.
When you spoke on that muscle memory, that's the key right there. You know what I mean? You get a week. You know what I mean? Give yourself a week to build on what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Add little pieces to yourself. Okay. I'm going this week. I'm just going to focus on getting up early. How about I do that? You know what I'm saying? I'm not a morning person. You know what I mean? Understand your strengths and your weaknesses. I'm not a morning person. So this week, just try to focus on getting up 30 minutes earlier, or focus on not hitting the snooze button 3 times, but hitting it once. All these little steps, take the little steps, you know what I mean? And then the next week, you're going to roll into what? Okay. How about I ain't going to hit the snooze button at all this week? I'm just going to get up.
Right.
You know what
You
I mean?
talked about it, that this should lead into your conversation where as you're working through these things, if you mess up, keep going.
You
It
got
don't
to keep going.
oh, I'm done. I'm gonna start next Monday and it's Tuesday. Just
And and
no.
and that's the main flaw to why a lot of people don't accomplish their resolutions. A lot of people don't conquer their dreams. A lot of people don't achieve their goals. These are the reasons why, because they fall off track and they're so hard on themselves. Okay, if you've been doing good for 7 days, if you mess up for 1 hour, don't be hard on yourself.
Right, man. Don't jump off the bandwagon.
You know what I'm saying? Just pop yourself on the hand and get back to business. You know what I mean? But don't let that hinder you, and then it just starts to bring you down. So now that 1 hour turned into, okay, now I've been messing up for 5 hours. Now I've been messing up for 24 hours. Now I've been messing up for 3 days. All right, I don't even care about this goal no more. Now we 3 months into the new year, and now you want to set a new goal.
Yeah.
You forgot all about your resolution because of one little minor slip up. No, you have to get back on track.
You do. The secret sauce is consistency, and consistency is incremental. Like consistency doesn't mean you did it every time, right? But there was an attempt there. Like there are days I get up early. I do not want to go to the gym. It took everything in me, and I talked myself out of it really 3 times. But the fourth time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go.
All right.
So I mean, it really drag you. But when you can put yourself in that environment, then sometimes it'll be my best workouts. I'm like, oh yeah, I got it straight to it. That was the best one I had in a minute. Like you just put yourself in an environment and stuff happens, but you got to be willing. We talked about in our little pregame, that courage should just go, to just show up, to just follow through. It creates opportunity. And if you are using your time well, you should be putting yourself in different environments. You should be moving around. You should be sticking to plan. Now you got a schedule. Now you got something to do. You have a deadline. You have a due date. You need to be here. And once you start to move like that, once your movements start to get calculated on purpose, then the opportunities start to show themselves, man. Environment is so deep. It's everything. Just get yourself in the right environment.
Environment is important. And I know exactly what you mean with that morning. You get up in the morning and your body just like, dude, listen, bro. That little hour you didn't get last night of sleep is catching up on you right now. I ain't going. Then you like, man, but your mind, remember that body and that mind, but your mind is like, nah, we got stuff to do. You know what I mean? So then you get up and you go, and you are never lying when you say that. Sometimes them be the best workouts.
Yeah, they are
You
good.
get there and you be like, dude, I burned 1,300 calories this morning. Jeez. Like,
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I guilt trip myself for everything in the morning. Like, if you don't go work out, you already know. Like,
yeah,
I have to talk to myself, like, hey, get up, man. So, but once I hit the floor, it really just getting out that comfort zone.
it's
You were
getting out the comfort.
comfortable, you were warm, you were straight. It's still dark outside. If you actually lay down, you got an hour and a half more to sleep, man. That's a
Mhm.
hey, I'd be willing to throw a couple things off for another hour and a half. I got to get to the flow. Like once you stand up and get yourself in a new environment, get uncomfortable, and that's just the principle of life. That's where the growth is. Like now, I got into the gym. I got there, so you ain't wrong. Like just
And,
because you fall off, and if I don't go tomorrow, don't mean I got to go the next day. Like get up and go.
and
Yeah.
then and listen to how you process your time. You get that right out the way in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, nope, let me knock this right out the way. Because then you don't have to try to worry about trying to fit that in throughout the day. That's a personal goal that you're aiming for. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's gonna be sacrifice.
And that didn't work for me. Now my mind in the afternoon after I done had a long day, oh, I'm talking myself right out the gym. And
Yep.
you know what? If you sit down, hey, your food is almost done, and it's gonna be hot. It's better coming right out the skillet.
But attack right, but
It's
get up.
better when it hit the plate right out the skillet. Eat it now. Don't eat it later.
That's what'll make you get off the game. A real man. That'll make a real man get off the game. Like, damn, y'all, I just died.
I'm a
I died. The controller died. Yeah, let me go eat. For real, for real. Like, I know, and that's how I love that routine. I get up in the morning, go to the gym, come home, boom, throw the eggs on. You know what I mean? By the eggs on, hop in the shower, get the sweat off you real quick. Boom. By the time you got the shower, the eggs done boiling. Boom. Do your little steel cut oats real quick. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Now I'm sitting down. I'm waking. You get to school. I'm here. I'm getting ready. By the time I get done with breakfast, I gotta clock in for work. I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Slam my grapefruit juice. Bam. All right. It's
It's time for tea time.
like what?
And just because you said that, when you mean clock in, you got to come to your own studio, your own situation, your business.
Yep.
And that's what people are shooting for. But that's why you got the time restraints in your day. That's why you have to balance it. You don't get the outcome of working for yourself or getting to whatever goal it was. And our goal was, to end up here. But whatever goal you have here, this is all the work that you got to do. Like you have to get your day into a structure. One thing I wanted to mention on here is like, I want people to understand that you can overcome time pressure too, because when we talk about time has such a heavy weight on people because they always are at a scarcity of it. We don't have enough, it's infinite, and we know that. But don't put so much weight on time that it cripples you or defeats you from using it appropriately. Let me give you an example. Like when you overwhelmed, you're going to make whatever project you're working on twice the length to get it done anyways, because being overwhelmed is like having an impaired mind. You
Right.
can't do things appropriately. So there's been times where I'm trying to push something out and I'm irritated. I can't even see the letters straight. I'm misspelling stuff. I'm just doing stuff that's just out of my movement because I'm overwhelmed. By the time I wake up in the morning, I got to do that document anyways because it was trash. I was overwhelmed trying to do it. So like, don't put time pressures on it. Or when people put like a lot of weight on their time, if I don't get this done by this time, then I'm quitting. Don't
Ooh, they
do
used to
so,
be me.
man. If I don't have this amount of money in the bank, I'm not doing this no more. Like people quit jobs, they stopped going to school, they changed parenting techniques. Like time and pressure, when you put them together, there is an outcome. And usually you don't win because time is going to go in the same direction forward every time. It's never going to come back or it's never going to pause for you. So you got to be in a place where you take the understanding that if you're putting pressure on your time, understanding who you are as you maneuver and what lens are you looking through. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't, think with an impaired mind. Truly get to a place where you spread it out, give it the right value, understand how you're going to fix it, and really give yourself some results. Don't let time be a pressure of yours.
Right. And that's key. And they used to be me.
Mhm.
Deadline kings. Like, no, this gotta be done by that day. So now I'm in here, I'm talking about headache, like
Yeah.
to where you don't even want to do it no more. Because it's like, you know what? If I gotta get this done by this day, it just ain't the right time for me to be doing it. I need to find me something else to be doing. It's easier. No, it's not that. You're just putting too much on yourself.
That's
Sometimes
what,
You got to sit back. That's a lot of the success that I have right now started out as a pressure thing. My podcast alone started out as one of those pressure things. Okay. I gotta have this by this time, by that time. You know what I mean? And I gotta get this done by. It will cause you to get on there and record your content, and it don't even sound inspiring to nobody. Because you rushing it in and you made it seem like something that just had to get done. Like, yeah, it's something that you want to get done and it needs to get done, but make sure you do it right. You have to make sure it's productive.
You ain't wrong. That's 100%, and I'm with it. So, what the message is there is really just don't wait your time out. Don't overwhelm yourself and try and get projects done. Like, understand that time is also delicate. Like, using time at the right time is efficient use of your time. Use time appropriately.
Using time at the right time is the proper way to use
I'm
your
here for
time.
Talk. Let's talk about it. Right.
Accordingly. I said, if you do good, look, that's what you need to back. Look, wait, hold on. I think I got a new button. The Black Preacher button. Y'all don't hear me. If you know how, every black church.
I'm gonna fall out. I'm gonna fall out in the chair.
Y'all,
somebody put the blanket over me.
But yeah, I'm trying to tell you, just a quick update for you real quick. David Montgomery just ran the ball. But yeah, time management though is key. And I'm so and I'm glad I learned it because I was not.
Yeah.
I was not that. You know what I'm saying? But it really helps you think more clearer as well. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a lot of chaos going on in our mind. You know what I'm saying? And like being and to have stuff planned out and have things like managed, it makes life so much easier. Because even when you do get off track, what am I supposed to be doing? Oh yeah, that's right. I got to get this done. Okay, boom. I'm back on track. But when you get off track with no plan,
and you start working on anything, dude. So it'd be one of them, man. Have you ever worked on so many things you didn't finish nothing?
Yep.
Because you wasn't focused. You just, okay, I'm gonna make a sound. You know what? Let me upload this video.
Yep.
I gotta do the picture. And you busy. Here you go. I'm busy, but I'm not productive at all. And everything that was on my to-do list, guess what? Still on my to-do list.
And I actually
found nothing. I ain't do nothing.
And I'm actually a victim of that still to this day. Like one thing that I want to get across here to our audience and any listeners that may come across is we have these conversations because, like Dr. Classic say, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We here for the talk. Right. We're not here proclaiming to be perfect people. No, we're not. Because we're able to have these conversations because these are flaws that we battle or have battled. And I battled that to this day. Let me work on this. Let me work on that. Let me work on this. And let me work on that. And before you know it, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, well, I got a title for this chapter, a title for that chapter, a title for that chapter, and a title for that chapter. Did you finish any of the chapters? No, but I got titles for every chapter. Like, you're not getting nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting anywhere. And that's where the conversation that we did have beforehand is where I'm like, 2021 is going to be a great year because now I'm able to not worry about so much. You know what I mean? That have created avenues for myself to make what would be considered to be work so much easier for myself.
To make plays. I already know because it's a next play mentality. And what's crazy too, and I think about it like,
hold on, before you say that next play mentality, what I did was took note from you.
Okay.
And I found capable people and put them in position to make capable plays.
I'm with that 110%.
I just had to throw it in there.
All right, no.
Keep it classic.
Absolutely, man.
Definitely. Had like it just you when you see potential in somebody in the midst of how you're managing your time and you see how you can help them manage their time better, lend your hand. Like be that person.
People need it, man. because how many people look at a lot of people as capable? So if you can look at somebody as capable and draw some of those good characteristics and qualities out, it's a win-win for both of y'all. It's a win for y'all relationship. It's a win for their growth. I love it. So many people, I flock to people who give me that kind of energy, people who bring it up out of me, and I want to bring it out of the next person, because that's what's gonna get people to be in their authentic self, unapologetically themselves. And I'm looking for authenticity. People get so sick of the hustle day to day. Nobody want the hustle all the time. Like
Oh, no.
I grew up like that, man. I don't want to all that hustling. We done hustling each other. Like what value? Because we don't exchange time for money. We exchange money for value. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get something valuable from you, and you deserve something valuable from me, and hopefully we can work like that. And when that relationship ain't there, then I don't have time for you. I don't got
And,
time.
and you'll be surprised when you put some when you deal with people like that, and you're valuing each other, and you're making, you know what I mean, you're making use of the capabilities that we have. You will really start to see how that makes you feel internally. And I'm a firm believer in that. Like being happy is what creates your success. Come on now, this is where all the success around you comes from, because now you're creating the environment that you want. You're creating the life that you see that people should have. You're creating it for them. Everybody can't get up on their own 2 feet and do it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to show people how to manage their time.
Absolutely. And get this, it's deliberate practice. Like I have to practice every day. I have to be intentional daily. Like I just don't wake up and arrived and confirmed. It never. I got to wake up and remind myself, remind myself who I am, like what I'm capable of doing, and at the same time intentionally practice to make sure that I'm live up to my capabilities. One thing I do hate is disappointing myself. Like it's tough to sit with disappointment late at night, man.
Come
It's
on,
tough to sit in them low places where you disappointed yourself. Like
better
at
get
the
your
end of
mind
the day,
right.
get your mind. You got to,
You got to
because
get your mind right.
I can't look in the mirror at myself when I'm disappointed in myself. Like you just
Listen.
didn't do what you needed to do. Period.
And it's so funny that you bring that up, because I was just explaining that yesterday to somebody when I was like, I hear from a lot of people like, no, man, you looking good.
Okay.
But through my lens, I'm not where I want to be.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm not working for your satisfaction. I'm working for my satisfaction. You know what I mean? And this is where a lot of people have to understand. We do a lot of working for the satisfaction from others, or the satisfaction of others. Oh, I'm doing this because it's going to make my mama proud. I'm
Mhm.
doing this because it's going to make my daddy proud.
Right.
What is it doing for you? That goes back to what you said, how you value your time. No, you're not valuing your time. You're valuing somebody else's time. You're spending all your time making somebody else happy, or you're spending all your time making somebody else successful, or you're spending all your time making somebody else great. But the entire time you're pulling all of that from yourself. Are you
Yeah.
dedicating any of your time to yourself? And this conversation is one of those ones that goes out to the people that are, you know what I mean, that are not in the positions that we're in. You know what I mean? The ones that are actually sitting up working 9 to 5s and sometimes 9 to 9s. You know what I mean? How
Mhm.
are you dedicating your time to yourself, but you wonder why every day you feel down, you feel drained, you feel tired, because you're not giving back to yourself. You're not doing anything to regenerate yourself, your happiness, your character, your worth, your value. You're not doing anything to give back to yourself, because you dedicating it all out. And the only thing that you get out of it in the end is materialistic thing. That's money.
Sure. And this is what this space is created for. It's created to self-care. You have to put yourself on the list of people that need to be taken care of.
Yeah.
You have to pour into yourself. You have to speak life. You have to work yourself. You have to get to a place where you understand that health is wealth, and health. Well, when you think of health, is not just I went to the gym. Your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, like it's a this is a monster in itself to try and keep this engine running. And if you don't pump into yourself, if you don't oil your engine, if you don't put deposits in, if you don't love yourself enough to experience peace, love yourself enough to be in the right environments, and to really grow, not just be of your time, but be a part of your time, like get involved in your time. Like you owe yourself that much. It's gonna feel that much better. That is a part of just living. We talked a lot about that. Like I'm in a place where I'm living. And I do have hard days, but I know how to live and I know what it feels like. So I know how to get back to it. And I don't gotta be comfortable every day. It's in my most uncomfortable moments that I see the most gain. So I'm trying to get to it that way. And I hope that people feel that. Like start with yourself. Really honestly start with yourself, because you see in the world how you are. So if you are in a low place, it's because you feel low, you're there. So that's how you reflect it, that's how you see it. Man, if you start with yourself, you get yourself pumped up, you're gonna turn around and get the next person pumped up. You're gonna turn around and get the person to the left of you pumped up. That's how you service people. That's how you give back to other people. That's how you pour into other people, is because you do it to yourself. They're watching you and now you're servicing them. That, man, that's an all around good feel relationship. And then you get to spread that to the masses. Next play mentality. How can you get to the next play? And part of it, most of it, the immediate beginning is you. It's about your mentality. Where you going?
Make sure
Echo,
that's one of those messages to be spread. Echo agree with that one. That's one
echo.
of them to be spread. The key thing I took out of that: be a part of your time.
Absolutely.
That's a strong that's a strong statement right there. Be a part of your time. You know what I'm saying? And people actually should say that and sit down and think about what that actually means to be a part of your time. That means to be present in every individual moment that you're having with yourself. That's literally making a decision every minute of the day, every
Time.
hour of the day. Be a part of your time. Is this what I need or is this what I want? Is this what I should be doing or is this what I want to do? You know what I mean? That's what it means to be a part of your time. You're analyzing how you're spending your day. You're analyzing, what do I gain from this moment? What do I gain from this moment? What do I gain from this moment? Okay. How does this help me get closer to my goal? How does this help me get? This is called being a part of your time. Because when you don't waste, when you're wasting it, that's when you're just sitting here and you're not doing anything. And then before you know it, this is this is my tip for everybody out there. If you want to know, how do I know if I'm wasting my time? If you ever look at your time and you go, oh, snap, it's 4 o'clock. Let me get moving. That means you just wasted your time. That's exactly what that means. You know what I'm saying? We don't have those moments. We get lost in these situations. You know what I mean? We get to talking on here and we creating content, we getting content, we building relationships. We never say, so now let me get going. I got the no. We always sit here and be like, all right, well, what you got planned for the day? We even help each other break our time. Now, what you got planned for the rest of the day? Oh, well, let me see. I got to get ready to do this. I'm finna do that. I'm finna do this. Okay, well, I'm finna handle this. I'm finna handle that. I'm finna handle this. Hey, when I get back in the stew, if you're not doing nothing, shoot, we can link back up. Boom. Okay, let me try to get this stuff done because then, yeah, I can link up with her. And then we could get to talking about bam, 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 and get this stuff done. This is how you manage your time. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we don't want to get off of here because we piggyback off each other of how to better do things. You know what I mean? And that's that environment that you're creating. We can't create these environments where it's like, hey, come over for 8 hours so we can sit down and podcast and talk about stuff. No, but you work, I'm working. We're gonna do it like this while I'm handling this and handling that. It's all fun. It's all work. Work should never be hard when you're managing your time. If you're doing anything that seems like it's too hard or too overwhelming, you need to reflect on that situation and think if you really need to be doing that with your time, because everything that you do with your time should be easy and smooth sailing.
Yeah, and I understand what you mean by easy, because you're gonna run into those pivot holes. Like I run into those moments where I can't get past a part or a simile or whatever it is I'm doing, but eventually, because it doesn't feel like work. You just pumping into it. You just continue to pour in it. And I wanted to reiterate that, like, the message really is, man, the work is the fun part. Like, don't connect what we said to a negative, like, oh man, I gotta pump all my time into being effective. I gotta pump all my time into being efficient. No, that's gonna be the part that you start to love. You listen. I am queen of celebrate big wins. The part when my show come on is we winning. Like, it feels good. Like, this is not a bad thing. And take your time to celebrate. Take your time to rest. Man, holiday season always gives me a restoration time where I'm like, hey, just wind down. Everybody is out the office. Ain't nobody doing nothing. So you pause, you think, you breathe, like take this moment. I think my body naturally shut down during the holidays to be like, oh, I can't do that work over there. this is just me. Like this is my time. I'm with it.
And that's the hard thing for me. Well, that's one of those things that I'm working on now is not working. You know what I mean? I always feel like I should be doing
good. It felt good this week, though. It felt good to just be like, let's do
listen,
something for me. Okay, why not?
Listen,
I like that smile. You put that on a couple times.
Before we get up out of here, we're gonna definitely talk about. I enjoyed my New Year's Eve. I should say that. I mean, I actually took New Year's Eve as the day. That's how I managed my time, by celebrating the fact that I managed my time well throughout the entire year. Nice. So I had 8 hours to just celebrate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can give myself 8 hours to celebrate because I didn't do the mathematical corrections, but out of all the years, I mean, out of all the hours I put through in these months and grind it out, I can give myself 8 hours. You know what I mean? Like, reward yourself.
You gotta celebrate. If you don't celebrate it, man, like, what next are you working for? Like, you gotta get, once you get there, celebrate it. You don't appreciate all that process and that work you did. Celebrate.
And it's not only the big wins to be celebrated. Celebrate the little ones too, but put them in,
match them up. Don't take no out of country trip
because you did a little win. No, you did a little clean. You like, oh snap, okay, I got the session done, recorded, and I got it posted. Cool. Let me have a drink. All right, back to work. You know what I'm saying? Some people be like, I finished my paper. I'm going to Cancun. Like, it ain't even got graded yet. You ain't even passed the class yet. Like,
you ears.
Go ahead, do you?
You ears.
Did you? Is the course done? Well, it's just the first week. What we celebrating? Like, girl. Get it together.
Right away. You already got your nails in.
Get your mind right, girl. Better get your mind right. I'm trying to tell you. Come on now. But yeah, just match them up. You know what I mean? It's important to celebrate those little wins too, because when you celebrate a little win, it makes you chase doing another little win.
So that's what we're looking for. People who are willing to chase, whether it's little wins, big wins, they chasing their time and they're chasing appropriately to get there, man. We can kick it right to the audience call. We are really looking for people who are understanding that time is valuable. For time to be the most infinite, like there is no real true understanding of really how time works. We know that time is just time. When you think of your 24 hours in your day, how can you structure it to give you the most value? How can you put yourself in a position to be great, to understand that time will help you be productive versus being busy? Time is going to give you the space to be prepared so that you can be confident. I want us to understand that, time is necessary. And if we can have proper time management, and if we can understand that time is going to be the thing that we rely on to get to our next step, the only limit at us, we're looking for people who are there. We're looking for people who are ready to start using their time wisely and effectively. And let's get to it. Let's win together.
Self-Care Sunday.
As always, it's a vibe when we link. Great conversations, great topics, great everything all around. I want to thank, everybody out there. I don't know. I just feel so good. Like, how you don't even want to end it. It just feels so good. Like,
just
keep it classy.
Let me tell you that.
All right. Well, we want to thank y'all for tuning in with us on
Self-Care Sunday.
As always, I want to thank you for rocking with the T-Time podcast, where you talk topics with T. I'd like to leave you with the acronym. That's peace. That's positive energy. Always creates elevation. Frickin'. That's peace. Positive energy always creates elevation. Peace. Love. Frickin' peace. Love. Frickin' free. Love. No, I'm just playing. Peace, love, prosperity. And until next time, out.